U.S. The Kings County Sheriff says they expect the lake to be here for at least a year, if not two.
The water's going to be here for a while. And so, in our area, they rotate crops, 4 and 5 times a year. And so we're going to lose out on that crop rotation as well.
And underneath it all, at least $140 million in agricultural losses so far. And as the executive director of the Kings County Farm Bureau says, that will have an impact on all of us.
Price will be affected because availability will be affected. The number of products on the store shelves, not only for America, but consumers around the world are likely to see price increases because of what's happening here.
Now, the lake has reached its peak and it will slowly begin to recede from here, but obviously roads in the area are still impassable, with some areas seeing water up to 15 feet deep.
All right, from the efforts of the rain, or the impacts of the rain, now to the impending heat here in Kern County. Only 91 today. And across the state, everyone's dealing with some kind of mild June conditions, except for maybe Palm Springs. But let's turn on the heat alerts, and they cover much of the California coast, as well as the entirety of the Central Valley. We've got an excessive heat warning for us here in the valley. Heat advisory in effect for our mountain communities, and still an excessive heat watch in the desert. Almost all of Kern County expecting heat to build in as we head toward Friday and the weekend. More on that coming up later in the show.
Brandon, thanks so much. More local news. Kern County Behavioral Health and Recovery Services recently received $32 million in grant money to bolster its resources. With this being round 5 of the state handing out grants, 23 ABC's Ruby Rivera joins us to tell us about the new programs being developed and how they'll benefit the community. Ruby.
That's right, Mark. Round 5 of the Behavioral Health Continuum Infrastructure Program focuses on crisis needs and helping counties get all the crisis resources needed. Here locally, community members can expect to see a new youth crisis stabilization unit and a family resource center.
The building itself was built many decades ago, and the CSU started probably about 20 or 30 years ago. It was built during a time when it met the needs for the community then, but our needs are changing.
Director of Kern County Behavioral Health and Recovery Services, Stacy Kuahara, says their current crisis stabilization unit only has 4 beds, meaning anyone who is experiencing a mental health crisis has to stay in the local emergency department, something Kuahara says isn't ideal for people who are struggling. The overall sum will be divided almost equally to assist in the creations of these new projects, with $17 million being allocated to the Youth Crisis Stabilization Unit and the other $15 million going towards the creation of the Behavioral Health Bridge Housing. Kuahara says this new bridge housing is different from emergency housing, where people can take their time to determine their best course of action.
It can go from 90 days to 2 years. And so it's a type of housing resource that allows people to go into treatment and be engaged in substance use treatment, mental health treatment.
According to the medical director at Kern Behavioral Health and Recovery Services, Dr. Garth Olengo, the Family Resource Center aims to be family-friendly. Olengo says this is critical when addressing the youth's needs, as many tend to be more reserved when they're put in a new environment alone.
The likelihood that there would be adherence to the plan only increases if there's a therapeutic alliance. If someone trusts their physician, if they trust their doctor, if they trust the treatment team, then they're more likely to follow through with the treatment.
Kuahara says they're extremely excited to get these projects up and running, as the homeless and youth population still needs quite a bit of work done. She says although there are many aspects to these projects, their overall goal is to ensure the safety and care of the community.
More and more youth with mental health issues, they're coming in with more intense mental health needs, and having this resource available for youth in crisis and their families is allowing us to better serve them.
Kern BHRS says they're in the final stages of project planning and pre-development phases. However, with the project having so many different aspects, completion of the project is estimated to be around October of 2026. In studio, Ruby Rivera, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
Ruby, thank you. President Biden is laying out his vision for growing the economy in what some are calling Bidenomics. The platform rejects trickle-down policies in favor of a belief that the economy grows from the middle out and the bottom up. While in Chicago today, Biden listed the basic pillars of his approach.
First, making smart investments in America. Second, educating and empowering American workers to grow the middle class. And third, promoting competition to lower costs to help small businesses.
Biden's advisors and a growing number of economists believe the worst effects of inflation are behind us. Most Americans are still convinced the economy is in bad shape. House Speaker and local Congressman Kevin McCarthy disagreed with the plan, sharing a creative response on Twitter today. He posted a picture of his definition of Bidenomics, saying, quote, "This is Bidenomics, folks." The picture is showing the term being described as a noun and its definition being, quote, "Bidenomics is about blind faith in government spending and regulations. It's an economic disaster where government causes decades high inflation, high gas prices, lower paychecks, and crippling uncertainty that leaves Americans worse off," end quote. Recently, the California City Police Department received a grant from the Board of State and Community Corrections to address officer wellness, the funds leading to the city's first police wellness program. 23 ABC's Veronica Morley spoke with the police chief about how he hopes this program will help current officers and the recruitment of new officers.
Officer health and mental wellness is a topic of discussion for police departments all across the nation. But here at California City, their police chief is trying something new. It's called Cortico. It's an app that police officers can download, and they can get connected to resources all across the city.
Law enforcement is a demanding job, but by promoting a proactive, healthy environment in which we openly address the stresses, I believe we can improve your job satisfaction, enhance your career longevity, and help you enjoy a happy, healthy retirement.
It releases the stigma of I can't talk to somebody, or if I talk to somebody, I'm a weaker person or I'm a weaker officer.
Asking for help can be difficult, especially for law enforcement officers.
When I became chief, I sat down with almost everybody in the organization and had a one-on-one conversation.
Now in his 8th month as California City Police Chief, Jesse Hightower wants to make changes, improving the department for his officers and for the community.
I've been doing this for almost 22 years now, and the differences from when I started almost 22 years ago to now is totally different. Things that were kind of faux pas, you didn't discuss how you were feeling. You didn't get those things out.
He's implementing a wellness program and partnering with Cortico, developing an app that provides current, new, and retired officers, employees, and their families resources throughout the county, such as peer support, articles, even direct connections to therapists and chaplains.
On the bottom, there's a directory. Are you looking for an employee assistance program? There's articles, mental health articles, there's fitness articles. They've recently partnered with Echelon Front.
Bakersfield Police implemented a Cortico Shield app 2 years ago, and Wellness Coordinator Sergeant Varen Coleman said the anonymity was a big part of it.
Officers don't want to, a lot of the times they don't want people to know that they're going through stuff. So the way they use it is every single employee's username and passcode is the same. So they won't know who's saying or doing what or looking into what.
He said in 2022, out of 730 employees, they had 589 downloads of the app with over 5,000 hits. The most common use of the app included peer support, therapist finder, Get Help Now, and chaplains. And this kind of information benefits the department as a whole.
We can tailor our training, or if we see a lot of folks in there researching alcohol, we can say, hey, well, maybe we need to bring somebody in to talk about alcohol.
Hightower hoping he can help bring these same positive impacts to Cal City.
I'm really trying to show people a different face of policing.
For 23 ABC News, I'm Veronica Morley, connecting you.
Coming up, it's National Alzheimer's Disease Awareness Month. We have more on the latest promising research when it comes to treating the disease. We'll be right back. Welcome back. June is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, advocating for patients and family members dealing with the challenges of Alzheimer's and dementia. 23 ABC's Dominic Lavigny spoke with a local nonprofit helping Kern County residents manage life after diagnosis.
11 million people across the country are taking care of the more than 6 million Americans living with Alzheimer's in 2023. And here locally, the Alzheimer's Disease Association of Kern County offers resources to those caretakers to best manage the challenges of living with the disease.
We just didn't know there was more resources out there. You know, there would be days where it was just devastating. There's days where we didn't feel like we could keep going. And knowing that there's programs like ours here at ADAKC on the Rose Lazzarini campus, makes a difference for families who feel alone.
Janelle Copper's mom was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's at age 65, motivating Copper to take on her current role at ADAKC to help other families dealing with the same experience she went through. She says ADAKC offers adult daycare services to help Alzheimer's patients improve physical, mental, and emotional health with daily activities, along with support groups, educational classes, and counseling to support caretakers responsible for the well-being of their loved ones. Adding, the organization just launched a podcast to provide on-demand assistance for caretakers.
With Alzheimer's, it can be a very dark disease. It's hard not knowing that there's currently not a survivor, but just reach out, know that you're not alone, and here at ADAKC, we will try to be the light in some of those dark times.
For more information on Alzheimer's impact to people across the country, visit us online at turnto23.com. In Bakersfield, I'm Dominique Lavigny, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
Let's go outside for a live look from our downtown studios. We've lucked out so far this summer with mild temperatures, but Brandon, our luck is about to run out.
Yeah, and very soon too. Really, the countdown is on. This is going to be the last decent evening that we're going to see for a long time. So we'll look at the current conditions right now and tell you to enjoy the fact that it's under 90 degrees. Good to see some people out downtown enjoying this nicer weather right now. And the rest of the evening doesn't look terrible. We're looking at temperatures that are warm, no doubt. 85 degrees as the sun starts to go down. And still through 10 p.m. hanging on to the 80s. That's not cool by any means, but it's going to be a lot better than what we're looking at later in the week. Probably looking at overnight lows that are pretty close to that 10 p.m. number by the time we get to the weekend. So we're certainly looking at a warm up, and it's really going to start for us tomorrow. Now, this is just the beginning of the warm up, and we're already getting pretty warm. 97 degrees in Bakersfield. I don't think we break triple digits on Thursday, but we're climbing, that's for sure. One spot or a couple spots that could break into the triple digits. It's over